Hi, and welcome to the Forsyth County 7th grade Advanced Math Transition course. I want to take you on a tour and give you the expectations and best practices for your success. This course consists of 2 units, rational numbers, expressions, equations, and inequalities. Within each lesson, there will be a concept check. This is a formative grade where you have 2 attempts per question set and 3 similar questions per attempt. We will go through this further once we delve into the units. This is 6 total opportunities in your concept checked items. At the end of each module, there will be a unit test. There is only 1 attempt for each question in a unit test, and there are no retakes. There is a timer of 120 minutes and the timer cannot be paused. So make sure that you set aside 120 minutes of uninterrupted time. Once you begin the test, you need to complete it in 1 sitting. Your course average is calculated from 50% of the concept checks and 50% from the summative unit test. This course ends on July 8th, and your home school may require a face-to-face placement test. You need to reach out to your base school for these details. Before you begin the course, you may click here and download all of the handouts that you will need, or you can download them as you maneuver through each lesson. If you do not have a printer, you can simply use notebook paper. You will be required to upload your work into the course. Another way to keep organized and ensure that you complete each item is to benchmark or bookmark this checklist. Then you can check off when you have completed the handout and the concept check. To begin the course, we are going to use the navigation menu modules, and we are going to go through each step as they are presented. Another best practice is not skipping any step and also reading each step carefully. For Unit 1, rational numbers, there is no calculator, so do not practice with a calculator. You can see that each of the lessons consists of 4 steps. The first step to each lesson is an overview of what to expect and the requirements. So again, no calculator. You're going to print out the handout either ahead of time or as you come to it. You will watch a video and follow along, pausing as much as you need and re-watching as many times as you need. As you watch and pause the video, you'll complete the handout, and then there will be a set of practice problems at the end of the handout for you to work on your own. Then you will be asked to submit your work. I suggest uploading your work to the Google Drive. Once you have completed uploading, the answer key will appear. Here is another best practice. Do not skip this step. Compare your work to the answer key, making any corrections as needed. Once you have checked over your work and you feel satisfied, then you will complete the concept check. This is equal to a formative grade. Again, you will have 2 attempts per item, and if you exhaust these 2 attempts, you will receive 3 similar questions. Another best practice, read through the rationale or the feedback that derivative provides when you miss a problem before attempting a similar question. That is the overview. Then comes the actual lesson. This is where you will print out and open up the lesson, the handout. You have the video to follow along, and then below is where you will upload your final work. So step number 2 is the actual lesson. Again, pause the video as much as you need. Rewatch the video as much as you need in order to be successful. If you do not have a printer, you may use your own notebook paper. Then our third step is the answer key. Again, a best practice is to compare the answer key with your work, making necessary corrections. Once you have looked over your work, you will have the concept check. Again, 2 attempts with 3 similar questions per item. Once you submit your concept checked, then it will take you to the next lesson. This is overview for 1-2, adding integers. I'm going to now just open this up. I have already gone through each of these steps. You cannot move ahead, it will block you, so just make sure that you just read everything carefully in the order that it is presented. Now let's click down here. At the end of all the lessons will be the unit test. The unit test, you only have 1 attempt. There are no retakes. There is a 120-minute timer and it cannot be paused. So again, set aside 120 minutes of uninterrupted time before beginning the test. You will use scratch paper and show your work and number your paper, work neatly and organized. After you finish the test, you will be asked to upload your scratch work. For Unit 1, again, you notice there is no calculator allowed. Now, let's talk about the testing agreement. You will be asked to complete the testing agreement with some yes or no answers, and then once you submit the testing agreement form, this message will appear and it will give you the password for the test itself. This is just a sample. This is not the password for Unit 1 test. This is just what the message will look like. So let's see what that view is. So here's the test, but first we must complete the testing agreement. We will enter our name and answer some yes or no questions, and then at the end there will be a message that says the password. Once you have the password, you may enter it and then start your exam. Once you finish the exam, the last step will be to upload your scratch work, and then you will move to Unit 2 and proceed the same. So again, this course has 2 units, and at the end of the course, which ends on July 8th, you will need to reach out to your home school to see if there is a face-to-face final exam placement test. They will give you the details. I hope you all the best and have a fantastic summer.